I'm not sure how good this camera angle looks. So I've got split screen shit going on my phone. Hopefully it doesn't look too fucking bad or off-putting though. Get my fucking green screen going though. Let us take care of that. Take care of some fucking business first. In one motherfucking second. It'll fucking load, that is. There it is. Impatient fucking Ray. There we go. Let people filter in here for a second. Kind of warm up for the stream a little bit more. I got a little something different in store for y'all today. I got a monologue that I've actually prepared. I've got a script. I actually wrote something down for this fucking stream. Some people have pointed out to me, so that's what I probably should be doing for at least some of these segments. We're gonna do something a little bit different today for sure. For fucking sure. See how many motherfuckers filter on in here. If anyone decides to. Good shit. Today's stream, we're going to be doing a little monologue, like I said. Going to be discussing Trump a little bit. Maybe not Trump directly, but something he said that has been on my mind a little bit that I want to discuss. Because Trump is he's an interesting man, you know. He says a lot of interesting shit sometimes. He's an ineffable fucking performer of a politician for sure. He knows how to meme. He knows how to fucking get the crowds going on his fucking side. It's the one thing I'll always give him, even if he might not deserve any other praise. He understands how rhetoric fucking works and how it appeals to the American mind and the American fucking brain. He's pretty fucking smart about that, actually. He might say and do a lot of really stupid shit, but he knows how to win over the fucking voters. At least at times. He's done it twice, and he did fail a third time, but hey, that's 2 out of 3. I'd take those fucking odds. Those are betting fucking odds right there. Hello, hello, hello. All you 7 people up in here. What's up, what's up? We're kind of pre-gaming for the stream. We just started a couple minutes ago. We're just kind of chilling for the moment. Getting a little baked. Just a tad. So I got a little surprise for anybody who's seen my streams before. This is going to be a little bit of a different stream, or y'all are going to enjoy it, I think. We have a script. I actually bothered to write something down for this fucking shit. Are you fucking proud of me? Like the stream, y'all. Like it up, like it up, like it up. Like it up. Subscribe. Comment in the chat. I won't be reading the chat while I'm actually doing my fucking script reading, because I want to actually kind of focus a little bit. After that, though, we're going to go into a little bit more of a free-form discussion with the chat. I'm going to hear y'all's thoughts on what I've fucking spoken, because I have a feeling y'all enjoy it. I'm going to make the stream that I'm actually talking about, it's going to become a main channel VOD. Like it up. Like it up. Like the motherfucking stream up. It helps engagement with the stream. It helps bring more people up in here. You can get this fucking shit going into a little bit more of a fucking party, you know? At least something a little more lively. That's the fucking goal. So I'm just gonna start. If people don't understand the context, I'll explain it afterwards. And it'll make more sense once the actual VOD comes out. We got 5 people up in here. I don't know how many of y'all are my regulars, but maybe y'all become new regulars. I don't know. So, the topic of today's video is transgender for everybody. I've heard this phrase come out of Trump's mouth a few different times now. I'm interested in examining what he means when he says it, and the reasons for doing so. This phrase seems to revolve around the latest CR budget bill or resolution that was shutting down the government, that the Democrats refused to allow the Republicans to strike down trans healthcare provisions for Medicaid. They refused to vote on that bill. They pretty much all, I believe the only person who crossed the line was Fetterman, and there was one other person who did so. But they didn't get what they needed to actually pass it, and the government did, in fact, shut down. But that's not what this video is about. I'm not really here to discuss the shutdown, because frankly, I'm just not particularly fucking interested in it that much. Fucking planes. Hello. I gotta stop paying attention to you. Hello, hi. I'm reading something. Don't distract me, motherfucker. Just relax. We're gonna get to you. So I wish to only focus on what Trump has said to me, or not to me, but on what Trump specifically himself has said. I want to focus on his words. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to you, Daisy Blue. Just relax. Take it down a notch. Both of us. And why what he says, I want to break down this phrase and why what it really means is just something that doesn't really make sense to my fucking brain. I'm going to point out to you a few different problems that I have with it. So we're going to get into it. Transgender for everybody would quite literally give every cisgender person who is completely comfortable with their own identity massive amounts of dysphoria, and that they would all simultaneously understand the struggles that trans people go through firsthand. Why on earth would any politician in the American system ever agree to this fucking idea? Does it make any sense to forcibly give people depression and dysphoric thoughts for years to come? The answer to me is obviously fucking not. That's not effective governance. I think we all understand that bringing more harm is not a good thing, right? So just make that clear right here and right now. Does Trump simply mean transgender for everybody who wants it? Is that his intentions? Why can he not simply be honest about that if that is what his meaning is? Is there a reason that I'm not seeing that he's just simply... there is a reason. I'm kind of dancing around it a little bit. He's being dishonest, right? I think we all understand that. At least anybody who's fucking paying close attention. He doesn't actually think that... I don't know what's in his brain, but if I had to guess, I would say I imagine that he doesn't actually think that Democrats want transgender for everybody, right? Let's be fucking real. I mean, if he does actually believe that, that is beyond delusional. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't logically follow, right? So that's the first problem I have with this. The first point, the first little part of that monologue I want to get through. The thing I find interesting about this brain rot of his, for lack of a better term, is that maybe it is what normal Americans need to learn some goddamn empathy. If the entirety of this country understood the depths of dysphoria and what it means to have an existential crisis over their physical body and identity, we might actually learn something the fucking hard way for once, and maybe we could get these irritating ass politicians to fuck off and leave the people who don't have a choice alone. I didn't choose to be fucking transgender. A lot of people tell me I do, but that's just not fucking true. It's just not. That gets my goat just a little fucking bit. Just a little bit. Right? I am so very fucking tired of being told that this is the life that I chose for myself. I'm so tired of having to hide myself and pretend to be something I am not to keep myself alive, but I do it anyways. And when I say pretending to be something I'm not talking about pretending to be transgender. I'm talking about pretending to be a boy out in fucking public, where it's not safe for me to be open and talk about myself openly, right? I have to still mask, just like everybody else in this fucking world. Even if I don't want to, even if it's a pain in my fucking ass, it's something that I have to fucking do. And I hate doing it every fucking time. I choose to wake up and continue living out of pure spite, and the fact that Trump will never win and break my fucking spirit, no matter what he does. I dare this administration to do something fucking radical towards me. I've seen my nightmares turn into this fucking reality, and watched as my own dreams have fucking faded away before my very eyes. That's not a good place to fucking be. But my only intention in this world is to live as I see fit. I have no interest in harming anyone else or imposing my edicts onto anyone else who doesn't agree with me, short of like stopping that person committing acts of violence towards others or anything of that nature. I think that's a little bit on the basic side when it comes to morality kind of shit. But honestly, I'm a pretty live and let live kind of person. That's how I am for the most part, right? There's more nuance than that. It's not quite as black and white as I'm making it out right there, but that generally speaking, right? So what is my alternative in this life, in this world? Should I become a fucking grifter like Blair White and slob the knob of the current administration until I'm blue in the fucking face? Should I simply accept that I'm actually not really trans, and I've been doing this all for attention, all for the attention that I get, as absurd as that sounds to me? I have to reject these ideas and accept the actual truth of who I am and live by my standards, as regardless of what the man tried to lie to me and tell me, regardless of the ridiculous propaganda that I hear coming from him every fucking day. That's it. That's where my script ends. That's what I have to say on the matter. That's the thing that interests me the most. Those are all the thoughts that I have on that subject. Those are the things that I find intriguing about what he says, or interesting, or worthy of discussion. The things that kind of annoy me and kind of piss me off just a little fucking bit, just a little bit. Not a crazy amount. You know, it's only the entire government coming after us as a fucking scapegoat for whatever fucking reason. Who the fuck knows what their true intentions really are? And if I had to guess, I would say it's to gain as much political power as they possibly can. But I don't understand to what fucking end. But regardless, as I always say at the end of every one of these videos, the world is in our hands. You gotta grab that motherfucker. And you gotta hold on tight. And you gotta say peace out. Peace the fuck out, motherfuckers. That's where we're gonna cut it. Right? I think I got a good solid 10 minutes in there for my stream. If anyone doesn't quite understand what's going on, that was a script that I read. For the most part, I was editorializing just a little bit, because I wanted to give more than just my straight thoughts that I actually wrote down. But for the most part, I stuck to it pretty good. I'm going to clip that out. Hopefully it'll be above 10 minutes, so YouTube can fucking do whatever they got to do with it. I'm not really sure too much. I probably could have gone for a little longer. I want to try and hone my performance skills a little bit. Not to say that it's disingenuous. Those are my real thoughts. I promise you they are. But, you know, it feels different when I'm streaming. It feels different when I am just simply doing this shit in front of you guys and kind of talking more freeform and just sort of interacting with the chat instead of just focusing on what I got to focus on. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think the reactions to it will be mostly positive. I'm going to full screen YouTube, so hopefully it doesn't pause and end the fucking stream. But we'll see how that works. Give me 1 second. There we go. We still got motherfuckers up in here, I think. We got one. Appreciate you. If anyone's in here who's actually paying attention to all that, has got anything to say, has got any response to what I have to say, I mean, you don't have to respond now. It's gonna be a video on my main channel for once. I'm gonna actually throw it up there. So I think it'll be. I don't know. I don't know if my thoughts are completely fucking original. I will say I do credit TJ Kirk for introducing me to the idea of talking about that phrase, and just kind of maybe poking fun at it a little fucking bit. And I just kind of wanted to expand my own thoughts further from what he had already said. And it's not the first time I've heard Trump say that either. I've heard him say that before in the beginning of the administration, like a little earlier on. That's always something he's whining about: transgender for everybody. And that's part of the shutdown at the moment. We already discussed that, but I didn't really get too much into the shutdown part of it. Because they're just both the Democrats and the Republicans decided to call each other's bluff at the same time, and now the government is shut down. And the Trump administration is firing workers willy-nilly, which not really a shock to me. It's horrifying. It is. It's awful. It's putting people out of fucking work who don't really deserve it. People who just want to continue living. Good, hardworking people. Maybe some of them are fucking technocrat motherfuckers who are just like working for the DNC machine or the Republican machine. I don't know how many Republicans are fucking firing. I didn't look it up. But those people don't deserve to be out of a fucking job just because the government can't keep the fucking lights on. It's absurd. It really is. What can you fucking say? If you ask me, I'm of the opinion that the GOP is holding the fucking government hostage. There's no reason that they needed to draw a line in the sand over trans healthcare provisions in Medicaid. What's that about? I'm not. I don't follow. I mean, I know what it's about. I'm being a little fucking facetious, obviously, but it's just so fucking absurd. It's absurd to fucking see that that's what our politicians actually fucking care about, instead of effectively governing, instead of maybe learning a little bit of fucking bipartisanship, as a taboo of fucking word as that is in this day and age. I don't know, maybe you should like learn a little bit of bipartisanship whenever you're trying to keep the lights on in the fucking government. You don't have to work together on everything. You don't have to agree on everything. But a shutdown is not fucking optimal. That's not the sign of a healthy fucking government or a healthy country, or a country that is just operating the way that we do. Like, it's yeah, I've used the phrase nightmare society in private with friends lately. That just sort of seems to be what we live in now. We've got fucking AI everywhere. I'm even using AI for my background, so I can't talk too much fucking shit. I use a ChatGPT generated image for this fucking tiger thing. There you go. You can see it. We got AI fucking data centers. There's apparently a big one that's going to be built in fucking Texas. I forget exactly the city, but it's for OpenAI and Meta, if I recall correctly. It's going to be polluting our air, polluting our fucking water. It's accelerating the fucking conditions of this country. You know, I guess we're accelerationists now. The GOP sure fucking is. I don't think there's any real question about that. But we're putting our fucking foot on the fucking gas, flooring it, sending it all the fucking way. That's what we're doing. That's how accelerating works. That's the accelerationist shit. Make everything worse, and question mark, and then we'll perhaps get through it better on the other side somehow. I'm kind of waiting for that part, to be honest. That's I recognize I'm a little impatient when it comes to the good part of that, but right now it just sort of seems like we're spiraling, and we're spiraling so that everything gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's disturbing. It's I don't know. I don't know how to balance that out. How to learn to fucking enjoy the fucking ride when it comes to that sort of thing. It keeps me awake. It's on my mind fucking constantly. Because AI is something I find interesting. I find it intriguing. It's another little hit of that fucking dopamine, that little thing in the back of my brain that makes me fucking happy for a little while. That's why I'm smoking this shit. I'm fucking drinking water. I'm drinking coffee, you know, for that little fucking hit, that little hit of fucking dopamine that I need to keep my mood stable, to keep my mood happy, and to keep me focused on the things that I need to focus on. AI is just another thing that adds a little bit of dopamine right into that fucking mix. It's a narcissist machine. It tells me what I want to hear. It gives me suggestions that I want to hear. It's my fucking friend when I need a friend. It gives me an excuse to not have to socialize with other people. And honestly, for a person like me, that's kind of fucking awful, because I constantly wants dopamine. It wants the things that it can get as much as it possibly can get them. It doesn't really care what the source is necessarily. I have to fucking hold myself back from not like smoking crack or something, because I know I'd get fucking addicted to it. So I have a little bit of self-restraint left. But if it's something that my brain views as like harmless, or at least perceived to be harmless, like AI is, then it's just like, yeah, fucking load it up. Fucking use AI all goddamn day. Use it for research purposes. Use it to fucking generate cool-looking images like this. I like that fucking image. I don't really like how it was made. I don't use it for image generation all that fucking often. But is it worth the outcome? Is it worth the cost of making climate change worse, of polluting the planet more, of just making all of these problems worse and worse and worse and worse? And the question I have is, how do we backtrack out of that? Is there any going back? Is there any fucking reverse course at this point? I don't know. I don't know if there is that. It's just, it's hard to ignore the reality that it's nefarious, and it's so nakedly and obviously nefarious, and that it's just fucking everywhere. It's the big thing that everyone is fucking pushing. It's that new fucking thing that all our brains sort of fucking gravitate to, because it's like, oh, there's some novelty to it. It's fucking cool. You know? I don't know. Maybe it'll be different in a fucking couple of years. Maybe I'll just be resigned to the effects of AI. Maybe I'll just fucking accept it and just eat the fucking bug or whatever. Learn how to fucking enjoy the ride. All that fun shit. I kind of hope not. I kind of hope that I remain in this attitude at the very least, so I can question it a little bit. I can fucking talk about it in a skeptical fucking manner. I don't necessarily want to just accept something that always feels fucking good, that I know has the potential for like great fucking evil. And in fact, it is kind of just great evil, not great evil, not good evil. That doesn't even make sense. But you know, it has the potential for a large amount of evil, a large amount of harm to the world, and it's already on the path towards doing that. And the people who have the power to reverse course are just not going to. They're obsessed with it. They're obsessed with getting AI in everything and replacing everything, and making way for the rise of the fucking machines. I feel like we're living in like the Terminator universe. I don't know how the fuck we ended up in this shitty version of it, but you know, I just I feel like Sarah Connor a little bit, you know, Sarah Connor that's been tricked into fucking loving the AI, and then waking up to realize the world that she's in. How did we get here? How are we in this place right now? That's what I want to fucking know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to do about it. I don't know what to do about it except talk honestly about it. I don't know how to stop using it because this is the quickest fucking easiest way to get an answer sometimes. I still try to fucking fact check and verify it, but honestly, I'd say about half the fucking time, like 50-50, I either go to Google or I go to fucking ChatGPT to go look something up, or to go do fucking research for me. I try to fucking at least cross-verify it. I don't like taking my information from just one source and just taking that and speaking as if it's the gospel fucking truth. I try to actually do a little bit more in-depth research than just that. But if it's just something trivial, like if it's just some like, I don't know, yeah, like a fact of trivia, I'll fucking like I'll just use ChatGPT to look it up real quick. Like I said, it's about 50-50. It's about either I go to Google or I go to ChatGPT. And even if I go to fucking Google, there's the Google AI overview shit. That's like what I'm looking at. Every time I Google something, even if I'm looking for something different, even if I'm just looking for like a Wikipedia page, or I don't know, whatever other random bullshit I want, it doesn't always pop up. But if I'm asking it a question, it almost certainly does. So I can't escape it. It seems to be creeping into every part of my life, whether I fucking like it or not. I mean, I suppose I could just delete the ChatGPT app and not use it, but I don't know. I'd be lying if I said I really didn't kind of like it a little bit. It's a scary fucking thing to interact with. I guess I'm of two fucking minds about it. I guess I'm just like, I don't know. My thoughts on that are mostly kind of fucking black pill, to be honest. Mostly kind of doomer or pessimistic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know how. I don't know how to feel about it, because I do think that it produces some good things. Like, I enjoy fucking AI songs that I hear a lot. They're not superior to regular songs still, just yet. They're getting pretty fucking close, though. I've heard plenty of them that get stuck in my fucking head all the goddamn time. It can produce a good melody. It can produce a good song. It can produce something. You could theoretically replace all of... Okay, maybe you can replace all the music. That's a fucking dumb thought, actually, now that I think about it. But you could add AI music into the mix on the radio and just cleverly disguise it as like an old song if you really wanted to. And you would probably fool most fucking people. So most people just don't really care. They're just like, oh, that's neat. I like that song. And then they move on with their fucking day. I think that's what the average person thinks. If you were to give them like say like the Pepsi challenge or some shit with AI music and like human made music, I don't know how many people can really tell the difference with like a lot of the newer shit that comes out, like from Suno. Like you can kind of tell still, I wonder. Maybe that's a good video fucking idea actually, like the Pepsi challenge for fucking AI songs. I don't know. People fucking know Kyle Korver's Suno's crazy. Hell yeah, it is crazy. I like Suno though, I really do. I've heard so many good fucking Suno songs that just are fucking absolute earworms and banger fucking songs. So it's hard for me to say I just don't really like it. I do really like it, honestly. But I mean, just at what cost are we getting this? At best, like I would give Suno songs like a B plus in terms of actual quality. I don't know if I would put AI art, even this kind of AI art, on that same level. Maybe this picture, but most AI art does not really come out like looking amazing. A lot of it has uncanny valley shit. As someone who writes and records songs over instrumentals I didn't make, Suno's definitely awesome. Well, yeah, I can't deny it. I've heard the argument for it, and it makes sense to me. It would be perfect for someone like me who doesn't understand how to play an instrument. But I don't know if I have the prowess for fucking songwriting just yet. Maybe when I get a little older, a little more introspective, I'll do something along those lines. But I've never had the inclination to write a song myself. I've always been on the side of being the music enjoyer. But yeah, like I don't know. There's far more shitty looking AI that's out there. If you go download like the Meta AI app, there's now a version of Reels, of Facebook Reels. I don't know, like the short form video content that you can find on there. That is now just like all AI generated, and it all looks like fucking slop. It all looks fucking horrifying. I don't like looking at it. I don't like looking at it all the fucking time. It's gotta pass that fucking uncanny valley barrier. And I would say like 90% of the time when it comes to AI art, it just doesn't. It's not even fucking close. I don't blame people for hating anything AI because of who runs it. I don't think the tech is completely garbage. Like I'm pretty much in the same boat as you, Kyle. Like I said, I said earlier that I'm of two minds about it because I'm concerned about a lot of the negative shit that I see, like a lot of the negative outcomes. But I have to square that with the fact that I do like it for some things. I do use it for some things. And if anybody is out there telling you that they don't use it, but they still hate it, I have to question that a little bit. Like, how do we know that you're not just using it? I mean, whatever, I'm speculating. But you could theoretically just lie and use it in private. And there's definitely a lot of slop for sure. Yeah, there really is. Even the thumbnail that you made for your show, for the Our Real Combo show that was featured with me in it, I liked the thumbnail job that y'all did on it. I really did. The one that showed me in my fucking hair, and it shows my profile picture for this channel. And honestly, it was pretty decent looking for fucking AI shit. But that's the thing. I hold AI to a different fucking standard. If you had just used like a thumbnail, like my real life thumbnail, I would have preferred that. It's not the end of the world. It's not really that big of a fucking deal. But it doesn't look superior to real art. It doesn't look superior to the real thing, which is me sitting here talking to you guys. It looks like, I don't know, it's slightly off-putting. There's not, it's hard to pinpoint exactly why. I'm still trying to figure out exactly why there's the uncanny valley, though. Because I know that there is uncanny valley every time I fucking see it. Even with the AI art that I do like, and there's actually quite a few AI art pieces that I do enjoy. Like this one, that doesn't give me uncanny valley at all. That actually looks like really super stylized. That looks like something that I could sketch out and paint if I took the time and the effort to do that myself. That actually looks pretty fucking good. That's one of the very few examples I think of AI art that looks fucking good. But honestly, it doesn't even meet that threshold most of the time. I think I said 90% of the time earlier. Yeah, I think that's about right, honestly. Like, I would say 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't fucking meet that level of quality. But if it does, if it starts producing more impressive looking fucking results of shit that doesn't give me uncanny valley, maybe I'll change my mind about that. But it really bugs me when I see AI slop, because I don't know. I think I've laid out the fucking reasons. I think it's obvious why I'm like that. I need some fucking water. My throat's all dry. I caught a little bit of y'all show tonight, Kyle. I had to leave to go do other shit. What did y'all? I saw it. Or was it tonight or last night? I don't know. I caught y'all show recently. I was enjoying you having Trent on again. That was some fucking cool shit to see. I was kind of hoping to see him in here tonight, but I think he's already asleep, so it's fine. Trent, if you're watching this, hello. This shit's helping though. I've never tried these things, like the holes. Yeah, yesterday. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking it was yesterday. As soon as I said it, I realized that. I've never tried these hole things. I bought them yesterday or the day before, somewhere recently. They're pretty fucking good, because we can't get no fucking vapes over here in Texas anymore. It's all just flour or edibles, I believe. Maybe there's fucking oil that you can still get, but I never buy CBD oil, so I got regular CBD cigarettes for that type of shit. I don't really need right this second, but I got me a sativa fucking hole thingy. It's all coated with like sticky shit on the outside. I've never smoked one of these before, so it's a brand new fucking for the most part. It's got like these little fucking crystals on the side of it. Never fucking seen that before. And it's all sticky on my hands. I like it though. It tastes fucking delicious. It's a nice little treat. I'm mostly just gonna be chilling for the rest of the stream. Those are pretty much the things that have been on my mind lately. I can talk about the slump that I've been in, the reason I haven't been streaming or uploading lately, but I don't necessarily want to bore my audience with that shit. I don't want to come up with fucking excuses all the time for me being inconsistent. It just is what it is. I've been kind of learning about myself that I seem to be a little bit on the manic fucking depressive side. That's just how it fucking goes sometimes. It's the result of me learning how to regulate fucking dopamine, as fucking nerdy as that sounds. But it's actually a pretty fucking important skill once you figure out that that's what the issue is. So I was trying to take a tolerance break from fucking weed for a little while. I'm breaking that habit at the moment. I was like, tolerance breaks fucking suck, because you have your fucking normal like baseline at whatever you fucking do every day. If you drink coffee, you drink water, ice water, like I do, you eat fucking fast food all the goddamn time or junk food all the time, if you're smoking weed all day, your dopamine levels have a baseline that's like nice and fucking high. And then you take a fucking one tolerance break. For me, I think it was like a week, maybe 2 weeks. It's been a minute since I've smoked up on anything really, besides CBD, which doesn't really get me high in the same way that those do. It's a nice fucking drop. It goes from like up here all the way down here to my fucking mood level, and I have to figure out ways to cope with it. And I wasn't actually drinking coffee before at all. I've developed a little bit of an affinity for fucking black coffee. It's been helping me get through that shit. But that's another thing that's been on my mind. Another thing that I'm kind of learning slowly, or maybe perhaps relearning, because I feel like I did think about it a lot when I was younger. But somewhere along the way, I forgot that that's part of how you fucking live life. You have to fucking learn to regulate that shit. You have to learn to keep it in fucking check and pay attention to it. It's not always the thing that's taking up your focus, obviously. But we have these little fucking devices in front of us that they give you like a constant drip feed of fucking dopamine. They give you a nice little drip feed of fucking, ooh, here's a little novelty, here's a little fucking video that you've never seen before. It's, here's a new song you've never heard before by a new artist. It's, it's, you can find novelty on just about any corner of the fucking internet if you're really looking for it. It's not hard to find at all. And it's something I noticed whenever I went to fucking basic training for the Air Force, way back in the fucking day, all the way back in 2019, whenever I was still in. The entire 8.5 weeks that I was there, I was missing just about all of that shit. I was missing this fucking little rectangular fucking device, this little phone, because I was fucking addicted to it even back then. The main thing I was missing, for the most part, was my music. Because before that, the main thing I would do is I would wander around whenever I was at work or whenever I was walking around, because I didn't have a car before then, or I was going on the bus and I was wearing my fucking headphones. I was listening to music pretty much all day, where I was listening to my music, my fucking earbuds, right? And so you take 8.5 weeks where you're not allowed to use your phone. You're only allowed to eat a very strict fucking diet, like whatever they serve in the fucking DFAC, the Air Force version, the chow hall. You take a break from all that shit. You detox from all that shit for a while. You fucking try to build better habits while you're over there. You try to learn newer habits while you're over there. And for me, the entire thing was as if I was going through a fucking withdrawal for my fucking smartphone. I don't know, I was legitimately, like, really horribly depressed that I couldn't listen to any of my fucking music at that time. Because that's the baseline that we've created these days. It's not something that I view as like, oh, it's just something I should do once a day. I should listen to one album a day. No, I'm listening to music all the time. I love listening to fucking music. It's my favorite fucking thing a lot of times. If I'm not watching a movie or if I'm not playing some stupid fucking mobile game that's keeping me distracted, that's keeping me unfocused from what I should be doing. And that's a much more fucking prominent issue now than ever before, I think. Because I think before it was just like books and TV and shit, which obviously both still exist. I mean, movies were around too, obviously, and music. But we didn't have direct access to it where we could sit down on the fucking couch and veg out and hold our fucking phones in our hand and sit there and play Temple Run, which is what I fucking do all the time when I'm watching videos, or sit there and play, I don't know, whatever brain rot fucking mobile game you're into. Hopefully you're not playing one that you have to actually spend money on. I don't recommend doing that. That's another trap I've fallen into. I do give money to mobile games sometimes, like like a fucking dipshit. I'm giving them money. I mean, it's not for nothing, really. I mean, I genuinely do appreciate the effort that some developers put in, obviously. But if you're fucking broke, don't be spending no money on that shit. It's just dumb. But you know, like, it's just the world that we live in. That's how it's all fucking organized like that. And taking a break from it, at least if you have a brain that's similar to mine, is a fucking bitch. Like, it just fucking sucks. Like, I don't know how else to fucking describe it, really. I'm making it work right now. I'm learning that fucking balance. I'm trying to figure out that fucking balance, because I think taking a break from it every once in a while is good. I'm trying to learn. I saw a video the other day that was like, the fix to this is just learn how to be fucking bored for a little while. Learn how to just, like, stare at a wall, or find like a little meditative video on YouTube and just simply turn everything off and just focus on that. That is fucking impossible for me. I struggle with that shit so fucking hard. And that was not an issue when I was a child. When I was a kid, I mean, I was definitely still, I had the same issues, but with different vices. I was able to get lost in a fucking book. I was able to turn my brain off for a little while at the very fucking least and just think about nothing for a while. My brain was not as constantly fucking active as it is now. It was not constantly fucking engaged by something. I think people need to fucking learn the art of daydreaming, or being bored, or just doing nothing for like an hour. I keep saying that I want to start doing that shit, and I struggle to make it a fucking habit, but it is genuinely a good fucking habit to get into. Because you're giving your fucking dopamine receptors a little bit of a fucking break. You're absence makes the dopamine receptors grow fonder. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. You're giving your own brain a little bit of a fucking tolerance break from whatever your fucking vices are. And this world gives you so many convenient fucking vices. It gives you so many different things that you can hold on to and be like, oh yes, I need this to get through fucking life. It's a fascinating topic to me. It's been on my mind a lot lately. It's something that is very fucking interesting to me. I can lose myself doing crafts and my brain just shuts off for a little while. Now to try remembering that actually helps. Well, yeah, I struggle with the same thing. You hit the nail on the head, Desi. That's exactly the issue that I have as well. It's just, it's difficult for me to get lost in my own fucking brain and be bored for a little while. I always want to fucking have a distraction in front of me, something to take away what's going on up here, because that's just how it is. That's how it's always been. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just the way I'm fucking wired, I guess. I think a lot of people are wired in very similar fucking ways. That's how addiction fucking rises. That's why people turn to things like crack or meth or heroin, because they want that fucking dopamine hit. They find a reason to need it. Or in some cases, when it comes to those drugs specifically, you can develop like a physical dependency on fucking methamphetamine that doesn't involve dopamine. But that's the main thing that keeps people coming back. It traps you in that nice little fucking loop, you know? And that's why I say you gotta be careful about what you choose as your fucking vices, because there's definitely ones that'll fuck you up worse than others. I would never go near fucking meth or crack or heroin. So that's a pretty quick route to fucking death right there, if you ask me. I'm not even trying to be like anti-drug or whatever. I'm trying to point out that certain drugs do have worse, like, negative physical effects over fucking time. Even if they help you to get through in life, you gotta pick and choose which is the right one. Something like, if you're fucking overweight and you're gigantically fat and you're in your like mid-50s, it's probably not a good idea to start doing meth right around then. You're probably gonna have a fucking heart attack or a clogged artery or a blood clot, you know? You got to think that shit through. Well, ADHD meds are essentially meth. Haha, yeah, they are. They're not quite as strong as meth is, but I understand what you're saying. I really do. I'm trying to learn how to survive on just fucking coffee and THC as well. But that's pretty much my baseline. I used to drink fucking energy drinks all the time, and I still do like them, but I'm trying to cut back on that shit. I'm trying to learn how to fucking rewire everything to be slightly healthier, to be slightly fucking better. That's one of my fucking goals, one of my very long-term goals. I think it's mostly working. I think I'm managing to make minor fucking adjustments that do work. But it does seem to result in a fucking cycle that's like, I use something like caffeine, coffee. It helps me to focus. It improves my mood just a little bit. It gives me the ability to eat something if I need to. Not always, but, it helps. It's good for that sort of thing. I rely on it. I rely on weed sometimes to help me keep me relaxed, or in the case of sativas, it actually does help me keep focus a little bit. Not all the time. It seems to be kind of hit or miss with that shit, but it's nice like that. It works. It gets the fucking job done. Those are pretty much my only two vices at the moment, but, I get used to those. That becomes the baseline. I decide that I need to fucking take a break from it for a little while. I detox. I let my fucking brain just kind of reset and go through a point where I'm feeling a lot more low, and then I slowly build up my vices back again so that they feel better the next time I use them, and the whole cycle continues. And it results in kind of this manic fucking depressive cycle. That's the thing that it seems to fucking result in the most. I don't mind that. I think, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but honestly, until I can figure out a better solution to that, that's just how the fucking cycle works. I have to learn to fucking accept that part of it, to accept that there are just going to be fucking low moments in my life where I can't be as productive because I just need to take a fucking break. And, I know I've heard people say that they don't even fucking believe in tolerance breaks. I respect that, but I just, I gotta keep my shit at a reasonable fucking pace. I don't wanna constantly rely on fucking weed or caffeine. I want to be able to live on the fucking baseline a little bit and understand how that fucking works. I do love it, though. Shit. Fuck. Whew. Still not as bad as a fucking bong rip, though. I'll tell you that much. I've definitely struggled with that shit. Yeah. We obviously understand each other. I don't know, maybe it's more universal than I think it is. Maybe it's not just one type of person that's wired that way. I don't know. I've heard so many people talk about the same things. I've seen so many videos on YouTube of people actually discussing that shit. It's just, it's fascinating to me to learn how our fucking brain works and how to figure out some fucking way that I can optimize it correctly. Some way, I want to be able to figure out just the best way to fucking handle it. If there is no better way, then there's no better way, and I have to just accept that. But right now, going through that manic depressive cycle, at least if I time it correctly, if I figure out the correct way to fucking handle it, that is the best solution. So yeah, I looked up reviews of Fred the movie, and that's how I noticed you were streaming. Well, I posted it on Twitter. I'm sorry you didn't see it, but yeah, I've been going for a good 49 minutes now. What's up, Fire Dust? How you been? We're talking about fucking ADHD shit and vices. We were looking up reviews of Fred the movie. I'm okay, just spending on LPS and Muppets Cake. I forget what LPS is. Kyle, that's just a friend of mine. He's he likes a lot of media content, I believe. I mean, you're a big review guy, right? Fire Dust. That's the big thing. I mean, I like reviews too. I just don't watch them quite as much as I used to. Littlest Pet Shop, yeah. Thank you. Both good shows. At least for the Muppets. I'm not 100% certain about Littlest Pet Shop, but I think it's good. I think I've seen 1 or 2 episodes. I don't remember it leaving a bad taste in my mouth. What do you think, Kyle? What's your thoughts on anything I said? Curious. You've been quiet. You got Desi speaking in here. She's been agreeing with me. Of course, I can't help but like that. You do anything for the spooky month? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have anything planned just yet. Maybe I'll do a fucking spooky stream or something. That might be kind of cool. Maybe I can ask ChatGPT to fucking rework that image back there and fucking make it more Halloween themed instead of kind of like psychedelic for Halloween night. Maybe I'll do that. Oh damn! I need one of those you're smoking. Yeah, they're the FVKD holes. They're just hash holes, I guess. Yeah, these are hash. And it's a sativa brand. It's like strawberry kush cake. It's good shit. It's very fucking good. I'm pretty ADHD over here myself, so I'm on like 5 different tangents. Yeah, that's the other part of ADHD that no one talks about, and I didn't even fucking mention really. But you're absolutely right. There's times where my brain just wants to focus on like 3 different things all at the same time, and I'm having trouble picking one at the fucking time. Even right now, as I've been talking, it's my coffee to my left, my cigarettes and my water to my right. Coffee, cigarettes. There's my fucking joint all the way in the ashtray over there. There's a million different things that are out here to fucking distract me. Damn it, hit enter before I was done typing that, but that was about it. Well, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I think I understood what you meant. So yeah, no fucking worries. Organized chaos. That sounds pretty cool. If a little oxymoronic, yeah. I don't know how chaos can necessarily be organized. I think chaos is just something that you gotta fucking accept. That's out of your fucking control in life. I don't know. That's kind of how I view it. I can't think of anything else that doesn't win at the end of the fucking day in this world. That seems to be the king of all. It's always chaos that comes out on fucking top. Regardless of what we fucking do or how we try to influence it. That's I don't know. A mess but still knowing where everything is. My bedroom. Yeah. It's all the same. Order is chaos. Order is chaos. There you go. There is some order. You can find a little parts of order, I think, but I think ultimately chaos is what wins in that fucking battle. I don't necessarily agree that they're the same thing. Have you played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds yet? No, I have not. I do want to though. I don't have the money for it at the moment. Maybe I'll watch if SGB decides to do a Let's Play of it, I'll probably sit down and watch that because I enjoy their Let's Plays. The Super Gaming Brothers, for those uninitiated, they're really fucking cool. They've done some of my favorite Let's Plays over the years. Johnny, Elliot, Matt. There's a 4th one now. I forget his name. I think he's their uncle. Johnny's uncle, not Matt's. They're all pretty funny. They've all got good banter. They're all witty. My favorites. If you want any recommendations, go check out the Super Mario Bros. 2 Lost Levels Let's Play that they did. Hell, check out any of the fucking classic Mario Let's Plays they did. They're all pretty funny. The only caveat I have to that is the first game that they did, the Super Mario Bros. 1. the first game that they Let's Played, the finale is now completely gone from YouTube. They did redo that Let's Play, but the original finale to it is just deleted forever. Johnny said, I believe he said at the time that he did Super Mario Bros. All-Stars, that the finale was just lost to fucking time, because he didn't have the fucking backup of it. Which that really does suck. That's just one kind of important piece of that Let's Play, but the rest of it is there, and the rest of it is pretty funny. There's a few iconic moments from it. All of their early Let's Plays I fucking love. I love their Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and Knuckles Let's Plays. All that shit. They got good shit. They got good Mario and Sonic Let's Plays. I think those are the main things I've seen. I've not watched a whole lot of their newer content because they do a little bit more niche shit these days. But they're always fucking funny. I'm always up for that shit. Did you ever do horror stories from Amazon? No, I never did, actually. That was that was an idea that I tossed out on that day. I still have not thought about it too much. I don't know. I'm not sure where to fucking start with that kind of shit. So that idea is just sort of tabled for the moment. Maybe I'll come up with a script idea at some point. Maybe I'll learn to fucking discuss it. I've kind of already burned that bridge. I don't really know if there's any chance of me winning Amazon back over, even if I wanted to. But I feel like if I told those stories, they would like seal my fate a little bit more. If it hasn't already been, I would definitely fucking burn the fucking bridge if it hasn't been, for sure. So that's one that I think I might wait on. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll grow some fucking guts and do it. I already fucking quit anyways. It doesn't really fucking matter too much. Hi, come to Syria. I'm gonna pass on that one, G. I'd have to do a little more research into Syria. I am Randy Butternubs. Yes, that's an SGB quote. It's a good one. They've got a lot of iconic shit to me. I grew up. Johnny, some call me Johnny, and his videos. He's like a part of that group, but he's also his own personality and channel. He's been going strong on YouTube since like, at the very least, at least 2008. I'm almost positive he was around since 06. I could be mistaken about that. I don't know. Firedust, if you can fucking fact check me on that. If you go back to his earliest fucking video, I don't know if you want to take the time. I don't really care. But I'm almost positive he's been around since like the very early days of YouTube. Definitely since 2008. I was watching him in 08. I remember that. I remember seeing his fucking Sonic Genesis review way back in the day, and him just absolutely fucking trashing the fucking game. Because, I mean, it's a terrible game if you know anything about Sonic Genesis. But it's one of the worst fucking things that's out there in terms of that franchise. It's definitely an embarrassing fucking port. You would think that porting Sonic 1, like the very first 16-bit Sonic game, to a Game Boy Advance handheld would not be that fucking difficult. I believe the Sega Genesis is a 16-bit console, and I'm almost positive that the GBA is a 32-bit console. Now, maybe you could say that the optimization wasn't right, but there's no reason that game couldn't be fucking run on a Game Boy Advance. Like, in terms of hardware alone, there should be no issue there. Then, so that only leads me to believe that Sega just poorly fucking optimized the game. They just rushed it out. They didn't bother taking the time to fix whatever optimization issues existed. It's not really like the Game Boy Advance couldn't have handled the fucking game. Of course it could. It's not really like the game required more processing power, unless I'm just fucking uneducated on that. But maybe someone can provide a counter to that. Maybe crunching the fucking screen doesn't help with that. But there's no excuse for it. There was, I believe there was a dude back in the day named Stealth, who he ported the game to Game Boy Advance as well, and he made a far superior version of the game. I still don't think it was perfect, because I don't think you could make it perfect, but you could make that game way better than it was released in the state it was in. Also, apparently the reason why Sonic Genesis ran like shit was because it was using Sonic Advance code. Yeah, I don't understand that either. They could have just copied and pasted the original code from the original game. You don't need to use a different fucking line of code for a game that's already been built. Like, all you have to, like, even the controls are similar. Like, on a Game Boy Advance, you have just the D-pad and the A and the B button and the shoulder buttons. There are no shoulder buttons on a Genesis controller. There's 3 buttons instead of 2. So maybe that was an issue, I don't know. Because there's no C button. But there's no C button function in the original Sonic game, Sonic the Hedgehog. The only thing you can do is jump in the first game and move forward and move backwards. And there's not even a fucking spin dash in that game, which they added it to the fucking port of that game, right? Like it's a pretty basic fucking game in terms of controls. I'm wondering, like, what's the disconnect there? Like, what's the fucking issue where it's like, oh, we can't get this shit optimized fucking correctly? It seems very 1-to-1, you know, 1-to-fucking-1. Also, why did they even bother releasing it on the GBA when the DS is already 2 years into its life by the time Sonic? That's a good question too, because the DS was released in 2004, like you just said, and the game itself was released in 06. Why on earth is it being a fucking GBA game? The DS is clearly the superior fucking handheld at that time. It's clearly the better fucking system you could run the game on, right? Honestly, that sounds like a little bit of a fucking nitpick, but like seriously, there's no real reason why they couldn't have just fucking released it on DS hardware and released the game like that. They did that with plenty of other classic games. I mean, like, come on. I don't know. That's so strange to me. All of the weird, bizarre fucking choices that surround that game in particular. Because Sonic 1 is a game, like, if you're any sort of Sonic fucking nerd and you know anything about the franchise, you know that game has been ported like 10 billion fucking times. And most of the time, it's fine. It runs just fucking fine. You can go to the Google Play Store or iOS App Store right now, download the first game, and play it with mobile controls. And it runs like a fucking dream. Like, you can find copies of the game bundled with, I believe, Sonic Adventure 1 or the Sonic Gems collection, or both. They ported it to the Sega Saturn in the Sonic Gems collection. They ported it so many times. You can't swing a dead cat and not find a copy of Sonic 1 lying around somewhere. It's a game that's everywhere. So I don't understand how they managed to fuck up that one port for a handheld console that was superior to the Genesis. That's like at least double the fucking processing power of a Genesis. A handheld that should be able to handle a fucking Sega Genesis game with no issue whatsoever. I don't get that at all. Someone make it make sense. That's a little Sonic Genesis rant. I mean, Sonic 1's an okay game in and of itself. It's kind of annoying that they did that to a particularly fucking shitty game as well. I'm sorry, not to a shitty game. They did that to a particularly fucking good game, and they turned it into a shitty version of itself. It's also hilarious that the Sonic Genesis literally came out on the same day as Sonic 2006. Yeah, that is, I don't know if it's hilarious, but yeah, it just makes sense from a marketing perspective. That was Sega's fucking strategy to release the games on the same day. Tekken for GBA ran perfect, so yeah, no excuse, lol. Yeah, seriously. Like, I'm not sure what you mean by Tekken. I don't know if that's a Genesis game or a fucking 32-bit game or whatever, but, I mean, Tekken's a pretty, like, in comparison to the fucking GBA, I don't think they're all that far off in terms of hardware for whatever Tekken would fucking be ran on. I believe it was, like, Super Nintendo and Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But, like, the GBA could definitely handle 8-bit games just fine. Castlevania was ported to it, I believe, as was the original Legend of Zelda. Like, the first game was just directly ported to it, with not really very many changes at all, because it's the same basic setup. So I don't, like, I have no clue what went wrong with that fucking Sonic GBA port, like the Sonic Genesis port. What's the... I don't know. I would love to hear a fucking more in-depth explanation as to why. I really am curious about that. Because it seems on the surface level to be pretty easy fucking shit. But they still managed to fuck it up somehow. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't know. I'm all hyper right now. That got me actually talking about shit that I like talking about. This has been probably a bizarre stream for me to do. He's seen me for the first time. I've got a lot of fucking energy at the moment. I'm just sort of enjoying it. Throw another topic up there. Let's see what we got. We've been going for an hour. I could end the stream right now if I really needed to, but I just don't need to just yet. I'm having fun. I guess the demonic Sonic hat was responsible for Sonic Genesis being released in the state that it was. LMAO, maybe. What he's referring to is the Some Call Me Johnny's review of the game. It's called SGB Review Sonic Genesis, I believe. It's a good review. Yeah, it's the very first video I ever saw from them. It's funny. It's a little kind of dated by internet standards, but not anything like absurdly cringy or whatever. It's just it reminds me of watching 2008 YouTube more than anything else. I miss that fucking era of YouTube quite a bit, frankly. GBA games. La da 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 da. Trying to think of the other Sonic games I did play on Game Boy. So I know I played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I don't think I ever beat them. I've just sort of sampled them because they're pretty fun games overall. Also, Mario's 40th anniversary is this year, and Sonic's 35th will be next year. God damn, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's I believe you're right about that. It's Mario's 85, Sonic was 91. God damn, it's been 40 fucking years since Mario first hit the goddamn scene, all the way back in 85. I believe it is 85, right? Yeah, that sounds right. 15 plus 2, yeah, that sounds right. He's been around for that fucking long, and he's still going strong. He's still fucking sells games. He's still one of the most popular fucking Nintendo franchises of all time. It's undeniable. You'd have to be a fool to not see that. He's definitely their fucking flagship. And same goes for Sonic. Maybe Sonic's about to be dethroned, but he's still going strong enough for now. I mean, I enjoyed the last game they put out. I enjoyed fucking Sonic Frontiers. That's the last one I played. I thought it was really fucking good, frankly. I thought it was the best Sonic game I'd seen from Sonic Team in fucking years. That was one of the, because I don't know, they made so many fuck-ups before that. They fucking put out Sonic Forces, which I know, I know you enjoy that game, whatever. I don't personally get into it. I don't like it. It's a game that just has no challenge to it. It's not really all that engaging. It feels like a bad clone of Sonic Generations. It feels like they were trying to recreate that same fucking energy and just sort of do it a little bit more sloppily for me. And I don't know. I expect more from Sonic Team. That doesn't really fucking cut it for me. I don't know. I don't have the heart to call it a bad game, I guess, but it just doesn't fucking interest me all that much. And the previous games I haven't really played between generations in that game. I know Sonic Lost World came out, and fucking Sonic Boom, the Sonic Boom spin-off games, which they're spin-offs. They were a thing. I played Generations. I've beaten Generations, but I have not beaten Unleashed yet, still to this fucking day. Played Sonic 06. I have not beat it either, but although I've gotten farther in it than I have Unleashed. Played Sonic Heroes, never beat it. Played Sonic Adventure 1. I beat Sonic Adventure 1, but not 2. And I've played and beaten all of the classic games at this point. I wouldn't say I liked Sonic Forces. I just don't think it's nearly as deplorable as everyone else said it was. I just think it's average at best. I agree with that. But my thing is, I've seen what Sonic Team looks like when they actually put in an effort. It's just being average is not what I expect when I see that Sega's flagship franchise is putting out a new fucking game for me to enjoy. It needs to be better than just average. It needs to be like like they need to be aiming for the fucking moon. They need to be aiming for a 10 out of 10 fucking game, not whatever they fucking crapped out with Sonic Forces. That's the issue I have. Because there's nothing wrong with putting out a fucking mediocre game, but that's the game that represents their whole company. That's the Sonic is their fucking mascot, and he has been since 1991. That's not going to change, at least for too much longer. I think. Like I said, maybe he'll be dethroned, but he's there. You know, you can't fucking fumble the ball like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't resonate with fans of the franchise who have been around for a while. And I think you've experienced the same thing with some of the more mediocre Mario games, have you not? You have seen games, I'm sure, from Nintendo that you thought were like, okay, this is kind of a downgrade from what we got before. Definitely with Mario. I don't think it's happened anywhere near as frequently, but there's definitely been missteps for that, for fucking sure. I don't know. Maybe you can point out an example for me. I think I don't know. The most obvious example that I can think of in recent memory that comes to mind is New Super Mario Bros. U, which I heard wasn't really a bad game, but it just was. People were kind of sick of that formula during the Wii U era. They were kind of sick of seeing like another New Super Mario Bros. Game. I think that's the one you talked at least a little bit of trash towards me about, if I can recall correctly. There's probably a few other examples I'm missing, but that one definitely comes to mind. Yeah, mainly with the spin-off titles, mostly with Mario Sports and Mario Party. Okay, but I'm talking about just like specifically the the mainstream Mario fucking games. Has there ever been one of like the main games, like either in the 2D or the 3D series, where you're like, oh man, this is a massive fucking disappointment. I don't like how this is fucking playing out. I'm curious about that. I think that's I don't know. I know you said that most of the spin-off titles, but I'm willing to bet there's at least one. Oh, New Super Mario Bros. 2, the fucking one with all the Gold Rush shit. I remember playing through that game. I remember thinking it was absurdly fucking easy at the time compared to even the original. Although I know people said that about the original too, that they said it was also fairly fucking easy. I think that was like the biggest complaint I heard about it. Like I said, you probably have better examples off the top of your head. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't say with the games themselves, but rather their re-releases, mainly the 3D All-Stars and the Galaxy 1 and 2 bundle. One was limited and the other $70. Yeah, they definitely did kind of fumble the ball with those. I'll accept that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I believe you when you say that, for sure. It's an interesting pattern of thought, I suppose. It's an interesting topic in my fucking mind. One was limited and the other $70. The Galaxy 1 2 fucking bundle. Yeah. Like when the mainline series is fine right now, or the mainline series is fine right now. It's mainly the spin-offs where Mario seems to be hit or miss with them at the moment. That makes sense. I haven't been paying too close attention, to be honest, with the newer shit. I think the last review I watched was Super Mario Odyssey, that somehow Johnny fucking put out a few years ago, I think at this point. Like sometime during the fucking COVID era. That fucking big fucking blob of fucking time in my fucking mind. I just now call the COVID era, like 2020 to 2023. All that shit. We're kind of still in that, to be honest, but we're out of it now. That's the last review that I watched of any of the Mario games. I'm sure there's been at least one more mainline title since then. I think. I could be mistaken. I know there's been a few ports and shit, for sure. Also, sorry for the spam. You're fine. Don't fucking worry about it. We're chilling. You ever seen Smiling Friends? Fire Dust? We might have talked about that last time, but if you haven't, it's a good show. I think you would enjoy it. It's one of my favorites. I keep rewatching it just because it's so fucking short. It's easy to fucking binge in like a day if you just want to. It's good shit. I don't have Paramount right now, otherwise I'd be watching fucking South Park at the moment. So I was getting into it. Also, with Galaxy 1 and 2 being re-released yesterday, and the Mario Galaxy releasing in April, if this doesn't lead to Galaxy 3, I'm going to be very let down. Yeah. Yeah, you've been waiting a long time for that shit. You and every other fucking Mario fan out there, for sure. Hell, I want to see fucking Galaxy 3 at this point. I think, you think if they release Galaxy 3, fucking Sega will respond with Sonic Adventure 3? I think it'd be a pretty good response. That'd be pretty fucking dope, like, at least competition. Maybe give Sega and Nintendo some fucking ideas. That's what they should do. Just wait for one of them to drop it, see which one drops it first, and then see which one drops fucking Adventure 3, or Galaxy 3. Wait for one of them to drop, release at the same time. Maybe spark up some old fucking rivalries, just like the fucking 90s. Sega does when Nintendo don't. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Also, I haven't seen Smiling Friends. The only thing I know about it is that Doug Walker makes a guest appearance. Yeah, he does, and he's pretty funny in his little cameo. It's nice to see it. I don't know, I enjoy it. So yeah, not the biggest Doug Walker fan, but I don't know. I don't mind seeing a cameo every once in a while, I suppose. It's just you know, it is what it is. I don't write for those shows. I don't put together their guest stars. I don't know if I would in the first place, but he's not a horrible actor. He's got his funny fucking moments at times. I can't take that away. He's not nearly as funny as he used to be, though. I really do miss his fucking early shit quite a bit. I know I'm starting to fucking get old because I start saying shit like that more and more, but honestly, his early reviews were his funniest. And they were also a lot more immature, to be fair. But so was YouTube. YouTube was also a lot more immature just back then. It was a lot more content that was in that same style back in those fucking days. It was a different time. It was the wild fucking west. I miss that shit. They started fucking doing all these skits and shit. Started doing all these, like, you know, getting Malcolm and Tamara and Rachel together to do these, like, not awful fucking skits, or I forget what he calls them. I think they were just called skits. I think I'm getting the fucking term wrong there. But, you know, that's what he does now. That's his big thing. He wants to make a production out of every review, which I don't know if I have the fucking patience for, frankly. Speaking of guest appearances, you should check out 2 episodes of The Muppet Show. One episode had Vincent Price, and the other had Alice Cooper as a guest appearance. Both are funny as hell. That's pretty cool. I know who Alice Cooper is, but I'm not super familiar with Vincent Price. But, yeah, maybe I'll check that out. The fucking Muppets, huh? Maybe I'll check it out one of these nights. That sounds interesting. It really does. I do like the Muppets. So I'm assuming you're talking about the old show or the new one. I'm not. If you can clarify, I'd love to know. So I've not watched any of the recent Muppet shows, even the fucking adult reboot that they had done. I've seen a little bit of the old '70s shows, but I've mainly just seen the fucking movies when it comes to the Muppets. And I think all of the movies are pretty solid. also recommend Muppets Haunted Mansion, banger special. I don't think I've seen that one. I've seen the Muppets Christmas Carol, and I've seen the both of the movies that they did, the original and the remake. I think there's another one, a sequel to the fucking like the '70s one that is out there. I have not seen that one. At least not that I recall. I would probably sit down and watch it though. I always get a laugh out of them. I think my favorite characters in those are always Statler and fucking Waldorf. The Muppets are always like commentating over everything, and just like they're riffing on everyone else's fucking performances. They usually give me a pretty good. They usually tickle my fucking funny bone, pretty good. I get into it. Also recommend Muppet. Ever heard of the user Shafrilla's Productions? I think the name sounds familiar, but I have not seen who you're talking about. I think you probably sent me one of their videos before. I'm not 100% certain. I'd have to look into it more. I think he's not. I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking he's a movie reviewer. I might be wrong about that. Just a hunch based on what we've been talking about. The Muppets and Doug Walker and Smiling Friends and all that fun shit. I think we're going to end it here in a minute, though. We're hitting up on the hour and 22-minute mark. That's where we're at. I think I'll end it at an hour and 25. I'll send you a couple videos over in our Discord DM, and you can check them out when you get a chance. Good shit. Send them over. We're going to stop streaming here in a minute, though. I got to get my shit together a little bit. One more thing before you end. Thoughts on the Simpsons movie too. I want to see it. I don't think it'll be amazing, honestly. But if they actually decide to end the franchise with the second movie, they just give it as like a proper series fucking finale, like they were supposed to do with the original movie. I think that was at least one of the original intentions, but it obviously wasn't because they kept making new episodes after that. But if that turns out to be the finale, I'll be happy. I feel like The Simpsons is a fucking dead horse. It's been going on for 35 plus years, 33 plus years, 34, somewhere around there. It's been going for a long fucking time. It's, they need to pull that fucking plug. Same with Family Guy, too, and a few of these other fucking shows. But if they end it with a movie, I say go for it. I say let that movie be really good and make something that's actually, fucking homage to the original fucking franchise and then just end it. That's what they should do. We're going to end it. I'm sorry if that's a little abrupt, but we're going to end the stream. We've been also sent you a couple of Shafrilla's Productions videos over on Discord. Sweet. I'll check them out here in a second. Remember, the world is in your hands, as I've said before. in this video. If you've been paying attention, if you've been watching from the beginning, I don't know how many, all two of you have been doing so, but the world is in your hands. You gotta fucking grab it. That's what you gotta do. Peace. Peace out. I'm going to sleep. Bye.